So my name is Charles Lattimer, and I'm from Atkins, North America. I am also the chair of the System Performance Subcommittee for the Visualization and Transportation Committee. And I want to take a few steps backwards here and talk a little bit about just some basics, a few best practices in data visualization. So wanted to share some wisdom from a couple of keynote speakers for some recent conferences and events that we've had. Noah Alinsky from Amazon Web Service talked to us at the mid-year meeting in 2016 about the 4 pillars of effective communication. And Donna Wong from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York talked to us at our symposium over the summer here about and other things about the grammar of data visualization. So these two perspectives put together give you a good framework on how to develop effective visualization. So start off with the 4 pillars. Basically, when you develop visualization, you should really close your computer, get out a piece of paper, and really start here on the left-hand side with a purpose. So who is the audience that your visualization is for? And what message do they need to see? And why is it important? Then we can move on to the content. What data and relationships matter, and what data do I include and exclude to tell a compelling and truthful story? Next, we get into the structure, and this is where we look at what visualization should I use. Bar graphs, line charts, scatter plots, should this be static, dynamic? And then finally, the formatting. How do you make things as simple as possible? How do you focus on the data and remove distractions? So we need to start here and move through these in order. You don't start here. Many of us, including me, are kind of guilty of this. We see something cool in Excel, want to try it out, and you get something that looks like this. And so just because you can do it in Excel doesn't mean you should. So moving on to the next thing is, how do you pick the right chart for your purpose? So the first thing is, let's look at our line charts. So these are used to display continuous data over a period of time, things like travel time or temperatures, and they work best with 4 or fewer lines. The next thing are vertical bar charts, and these are used to display discrete quantities, things like annual maintenance costs or number of staff over time. And like a measuring cup, you can see these always start at 0, and then kind of work your way up. So you don't want to kind of cut that off and start someplace else, or you're going to make things look weird. So keep the colors simple and highlight interesting values like this column here. You can turn them on its side and you get a horizontal bar chart, and these work best for ranking things in terms of from highest to lowest. And often you can go ahead and put on add the values here to this side to make it clear to see which ones if you have close bars. And then finally, your pie charts. And these are used to show proportions of components of the whole. And the best way to arrange these is, you notice here, the largest pie piece starts at 12 o'clock and is on the right-hand side. The second largest is here, 12 o'clock on the left-hand side, and then working down this way. Makes it a little bit easier to see. And again, you can highlight your important values there. If you want to do totals, you can use a ring diagram and put your total in the middle and label the values around that way. So proper formatting, don't use the default that Excel gives you because you'll look something like this. So what you can do is you can kind of step through, simplify the time axis a bit, simplify the horizontal. We can even take this into black and white using appropriate shading, and you can kind of put some grayscale on here, and that's just a lot easier to read. It really kind of gives you the impression of what you're looking at. So in this case, you've got travel speeds over time of day. You can see you have a dip here in the morning, in the afternoon, and this is your variability. So that's all I have. So I hope you all can come out to our subcommittee meeting at 12:15 today, and then our main committee meeting this afternoon at 1:30. 1:30. Sounds great. Thank you for your time.